For me, Shōgun was one of those far in between miniseries that saved me from bleak, dry and often uncreative entertainment data we call content. It's like an oasis that might not have all the necessities of life, but once you enter, you secretly hope that you would never have to leave. Hey, I'm Robin, I love history, but I'm better at watching movies, so here we talk about historical film and TV. That probably sounded like a profound statement, didn't it? Well, what do you say about these titles? Those are some 10 out of 10 claims. Considering how low the quality bar has fallen during latest years, I do agree completely that Shōgun is the best we've gotten this year so far. But does it stand out because it's so perfect? Well, not for me, but what we do have on our hands, however, is something that is authentic to the bone. The miniseries is an adaptation of James Clavell's 1975 fictional novel that was inspired by adventures of William Adams, an English navigator who in 1600s was the first Englishman to reach Japan. In Shōgun we get to know him as John Blackthorne. His vessel runs out of luck, shipwrecks by the coast of Japan, and Blackthorne is basically stuck between a rock and a hard place, those being distrustful local lords and his sworn enemies Catholic Portuguese. Since I haven't read the novel, the very first impression I got that it's all going to be about Blackthorne's survival with eventual assimilation to foreign culture and all that while he's playing a pivotal role in local power struggles. Couldn't be more happy I was wrong. I mean, it's there, but it's just a fracture of the narrative. As soon as other key players join the center stage, the story becomes internal and very intimate for that period Japan. Here comes my first nitpick though. Even despite an absence of holes or unnecessary fillers, middle part specifically felt just a little bit uneven for me. There were some moments that were well written, well acted, well executed and shot, but they just felt to me a little bit overindulgent. So the flow was broken. I mean, no one likes the guest that lingers after the party is over, and my party was over. I'm not gonna dive deep into customs and traditions of feudal Japan simply because I'm not educated on it, but that's exactly where one of the values of the miniseries lies in. It has a potential, being such a hit and mass appeal, to spark curiosity to study more in regular Westerners like me. And that's job well done. How often do we get to see such an extensive Japanese cast, all given gorgeous and tastefully developed characters? Hiroyuki Sanada's experience, wisdom and gravitas takes as much screen space as needed and evokes a genuine respect in anyone who interacts with him. I swear this role is in his DNA. Lord Yabushige, by far the most complex and unpredictable character I've seen in a long time, if ever. I did enjoy Cosmo Jarvis's performance as somewhat brutish, opinionated, but at the same time smart, witty and humorous English pilot opportunist. He kind of reminded me of Ray Stevenson's Rest He in Peace Pulo from HBO's Rome, but somehow I found it hard to really care about Blackthorne's fate. I don't know, maybe it's his place in the story when at times to me it felt like he's just blobbing around, showcasing his great British menu cooking skills, or maybe it's just my personal sympathy perception, because I know I'd rather hang out over a pint with someone like Jamie Fraser from Outlander, for example. The most developed character, hands down, is Lady Mariko, played by Anna Sakai, who is a true bilingual and bicultural unicorn, absolutely ideal for this part.
My favorite.
Fun fact, Mariko's fighting prowess is completely justified. Noble women in feudal Japan were indeed trained to fight, just in case if they need to protect their households when men went to war, and carrying daggers for self-protection for them was a necessity. Also, stunts and choreography of Shōgun were closely monitored by Sanada himself, who attended rehearsals and tweaked the most subtle moments on and off screen. Speaking of production, the choice to film mostly in rainy and damp weather I think is perfect for the mood and main themes of the series, which are death, honor, fate, deceit, ambition, sacrifice and passion. Unless of course it's just British Columbia's weather. Attention to authenticity is phenomenal in everything. I'm not talking maybe as a specialist, but at least as someone who watched every single one of FX production videos. Every department is a star. I just want to bring to the front writing and music. Okay, I have to confess, it was the first time when I truly regretted not speaking Japanese, because I just didn't want to read. It's written in a pure spirit of the period and actors actually speak feudal Japanese, and Sanada himself admitted it was not an easy task. Think Shakespearean language for us. I also hope composers will get some sort of official acknowledgement, because The intro sets perfectly the tone and the pacing of what's to come, and the rest of the score is just as a miniseries. It's both grand and surprisingly intimate. Apparently those guys did their homework on gagaku, which is Japanese imperial court music, and created their own mix of period and contemporary styles. What's really beautiful about the show is that every, even small cause and effect just makes sense and somehow impacts the story. The only thing I didn't buy was whole English-Portuguese conflict that started very strong, but then for me personally kinda ended up as an ambiance. I'm not saying you have to go full-on prestige with every happening and every character, but at least finish the wrapping. Overall, rock-solid ending, easily a 9 from me. Logically, philosophically complete, but the showrunners did leave themselves a little window of opportunity to play with. They just didn't want to hammer that last nail in. So, with all these imperfections, to me, Shōgun is like a true piece of art that has moments of turbulence, pockets of beautiful stillness, and truth that is open to anyone's interpretation. And most importantly, it doesn't fall under westernized Japanese storytelling cliché.